Hey guys, this is Brandon here again, and welcome to Massive Episode 3. In today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a deep house bass that I created myself, and I call it Dubsolv. It's a pretty complex sound, so I'm just going to give you a quick sample, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to move rather quickly, so at any point, if you need to, if I'm going too quick, just pause the video. I'm also going to put some captions just so it's a little easier to follow along. So, with that being said, here's what it sounds like. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is going to open up Massive. We're going to go ahead and go to File, and we're going to go to New Sound. Before we add our oscillators, there's a couple things we got to do first. And the first thing, we're going to go ahead and go to our fourth envelope, and we're going to modify it. So the first step in envelope 4, you're going to want to go ahead and go over to the velocity fader, and we're going to change that. We're going to slide it up till it's a little under halfway. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn the attack down. Turn it down all the way, and then I guess turn it up like 1 or 2 notches, so it's like right about there. This level should stay the same. The decay we're going to turn all the way down. This level, stay all the way up. And for this next section, we're going to go ahead and turn it on to loop 1. The S loop we're going to turn all the way down. Level we're going to leave. And the release we're going to turn up to about there. I'm going to go ahead back over to the attack and turn it up just a touch. You want the bend right over here of the attack on the envelope to be between save and preset. So just match that and you'll be good. So next, we're going to go over to our oscillator tab. Not much to do here, but we are going to remove our macro control number 1. So go ahead and right click and go to clear macro, because we're not going to be using the vibrato in this sound. The time, you can go ahead and turn down to about 11. And the decay on the internal envelope, we're going to put at halfway. Next, we're going to go over to our voicing tab. We're going to change the unison to 2. And we're going to change the mode to monophone. We're also going to select chord over to the far right. And that should be it. So now the next step is pretty crucial to shaping the sound. You want to go to your routing tab, and there's a couple things you want to change here. If you skip this step, the sound will not come out the way it should. First thing, you're going to want to go ahead and go over to the oscillator 1. You're going to click the B next to it. Insert 1 should be selected before filter 1. Insert 2 should be unselected. Feedback should be unselected. And this arrow should be lit up right under FX1. We're going to go ahead and move this knob up to series. Turn off filter 2. Turn off noise. And we're going to go ahead and add our oscillators. The first oscillator is going to be Polysaw 2. Spectrum mode, so we're going to leave that. And we're going to pitch it down to -12, so pitch it down 1 octave. Wavetable position is going to be at 8. So somewhere around there. The intensity is going to be at 11. And we're also going to go down to our macro control. You see that there's 4 different envelopes right here. We're going to go ahead and click the velocity one and put it over on the intensity. Click and drag all the way up. The amp should stay the same, and filter 1 fade go all the way up to filter 1. Well, filter fade up to filter 1. Makes sense. Alright, oscillator 2. It's going to be square saw 1, so we're going to leave that the same. We are going to change the mode, though, to bend minus plus. We're going to turn it down 2 octaves, so to -24. And the wavetable position should be at 1. The intensity we're going to turn to about 9 o'clock. The amp we're going to leave, and the filter fader should be up towards filter 1. Oscillator 3, we're going to turn that on. This is going to be a multiplex waveform with the spectrum mode. And this is going to be pitched at -5. Now the wavetable position on this one, we're going to put to about 9 o'clock. The intensity is going to be at about 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. The amp's going to stay in the filter filter fader towards filter 1. Also, if you want to drag one of your macro controls, go to number 1. Honestly, it doesn't matter what numbers you use. You're going to take macro control number 1, and you're going to go ahead and put that on the wavetable position on the multiplex. Click and drag it till it's at about 1 o'clock. Macro control number 2, we're going to go ahead and put that on the intensity on oscillator 3. Same thing, click and drag it up to about 1 o'clock. First one, I was actually lazy and just labeled it wavetable position. And number 2, I just named intense. We'll worry about those later after we make the sound. We're definitely going to need to do some fine tuning, so we'll come back to that later. But so far, if you've been following along, your sound should sound kind of like this. So next we're going to turn on our modulation oscillator, and we're going to pitch this up to 7. We're going to go ahead and put filter FM on oscillator 1 and turn the knob to 11. We're going to go to insert 1. We're going to add a sine shaper with the dry wet all the way up, and the drive is going to be somewhere around like 1 and 2 o'clock. We're going to tweak that afterwards, and that'll definitely play a big role in shaping the sound. So let's leave it for now. We're going to go up to filter 1, add low pass 4, turn the cutoff up just a touch, turn the resonance down all the way, and we're going to go ahead over to envelope 1, and we're going to put that on the cutoff on filter 1. We're going to go ahead and drag that all the way up, and now we're going to make some adjustments to envelope 1. So envelope 1, we're going to turn the attack down all the way. The level should stay all the way up. The decay should be at about 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. This level should be all the way down, and the release should be all the way down. Next, we're going to go over to our FX1, and we're going to add a Bronner tube. The Bronner tube, we're going to put the dry wet at about 10 o'clock, and the drive's going to be at 10 o'clock. FX2 should be a dimension expander with a dry wet at 10 o'clock and the size at 9. For the EQ tab, we're going to turn the low shelf up to 1. The boost is going to stay at 12, frequency at 11, and the high shelf will be at 1. So it's definitely starting to come together, and basically after that we got everything done, and now we're going to go back and do some fine tuning. So I'll give you a minute to catch up, and while you're doing that, I'm going to fine tune. So if you want to follow along with what I'm doing, when I'm turning and adjusting to get the right sound, you can go right ahead. so that's exactly how I want it. And there it is. So, like I said, hopefully I didn't go too fast for everybody. And if you do have any questions, please comment below, or you can email me, and I will reply right away. Also, like and subscribe to my channel because I will be posting videos daily, and I will also be taking user requests. Well, not user, but audience requests on videos to make or tutorials. If there's anything you want to know, I will address those and make a video, or I will get back to you directly. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.